Hello,
Hi
ma'am.
Kusum, welcome back.
Thank you.
So Kusum, let's just take a quick recap of the way you spoke. Okay, I actually liked the way you spoke. It's great. Now, first thing is, I want to say that you
Ma'am,
said,
sorry to
yeah,
interrupt you. I could add some more points. Like if
please
uh, yeah,
go ahead.
if yeah, if somebody is bullying you, then you should ask your teacher. You should tell the story why he is bullying you. Teacher will decide what the punishment should be given to that child.
Got it. That's a first class sentence that you said. Okay. Anything else you want to add?
No, I already have
Okay.
done.
Okay. So what you can say is now you talked about the fact that you are on a shopping, so you have gone shopping, and that is when you're unexpectedly you get a call, from the principal. So what you can say is when I get a call out of the blue, the expression I wanted to introduce here is out of the blue. O-U-T space O-F space T-H-E space B-L-U-E. Blue. The color blue. So when I get a call out of the blue, I will obviously, O-B-V-E, sorry,
VI.
O-B-V-I-O-U-S-L-Y. I will obviously be upset, but at the same time, I will immediately rush to the school to find out what exactly happened. Okay, so now what then you can get into the details of what is going to happen. So you can say that luckily for me or fortunately for me, my child always tells the truth. Now, speaks the truth is also correct. You can say like this also, but the thing is, you did not mention the article. You just said he always speaks truth. Speaks the truth. It's always the article is a very, very important part of the sentence. You cannot miss out on the article. So, my child always speaks the truth, or my child always tells the truth. Or you can say that I have always, or you can say I have trained my child to tell the truth, even if it means getting into trouble. Even if it means getting into trouble. That means Kusum, he knows that he will get into trouble. He will definitely get a spanking. Spanking means what? To beat. S-P-A-N-K. To spank someone means to beat someone or to hit someone. That is called a spanking. So he will get a spanking or he will be punished. He knows this for a fact. But it's okay. You should still tell the truth. If you have done something wrong, you should still own up to it. So I have always taught my child to own up to something. To own up, to own, O-W-N space up. I have always taught my child to own up to the truth. That means he should always tell the truth. That is what we're trying to say. He should own up to the truth means he should tell the truth. So if I find out that my child was bullied by someone else, which is why my child reacted by punching him, I would not deny that my child he should be punished. My child should definitely be punished if he hit someone. But if the core reason is bullying by another student or by another child, I will bring it to the attention of the school. I will bring it to the attention of the school. I will bring it to the attention of the school. Also, I will advise my child. I will advise my child that it is not his duty to discipline another child, but the duty of the teacher or the school authorities. It is not his duty to discipline the bully. Correct? Actually, that is what your son did. Your son went and hit the child. That is his way of disciplining the child. But it is not your son's responsibility to do that. It is the school's responsibility to take the rightful action to discipline the child. This is what you should have said. Got it? Are we clear so far? Okay.
Yes.
I'm sorry I brought this incident up. I hope your son does not get into trouble like this. But it was just an example because my intention was to introduce some expressions like this. But when you were in school, Kusum, do you ever recall a time when there was a school bully? I mean, maybe you did not experience it, but do you know of any child in your school, a boy or a girl, who constantly used to bully someone, and do you know what was the effect of that? Have you ever, do you recall something like that happening in your school or in your university that you studied in?
Yeah, as far as I remember, I think it was not happened in my school.
Okay,
Yeah, because when I used to be in school, then my school was not like today school,
okay.
right?
What does
It
that
was
mean?
it was so strict school, and teacher always uses stick. If somebody makes
Oh,
noise, yeah, if somebody makes noise and bully to others, then teacher always they use the stick.
oh, okay,
Mm.
okay, fine. Yeah, but nowadays you're not allowed to use the cane, no? It's you're not
Yeah,
supposed to. It's against the rules to use the cane. Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
But what is your opinion? Do you agree with that method of teaching, or do you agree with the current method of teaching? What is your opinion, Kusum?
I agree with uh, uh, yeah, we should maintain a discipline. It is inevitable to use a stick because if you have a fear, then children will not do that. They will keep in mind, yeah, I will get scolded by teacher if I do something wrong. So I think
Right.
old way is the best way. How should I
Oh,
say?
okay.
Uh, how should I
Okay.
say?
So, yes, yes. So now I will give you the feedback for that. But before that, you can say that it was not happened in my school.
Mm,
This is the sentence that you said. That is, this bullying was not happened in my school.
mm,
The grammar in that sentence is incorrect.
mm,
The grammar in that sentence is incorrect. So what you're going to say is, you started off the sentence which in a good way. That is, as far as I can remember. This is what you said. As far as I can remember.
mm,
Instead of saying as far as I can remember, better than that, what you can say is to my knowledge.
to my knowledge.
To my knowledge. I do not recall. 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 That means to remember. So, to my knowledge, I do not recall an incident involving bullying. Or you can say, I do not recall any bullying in our school because it was extremely strict.
Yeah.
It was extremely strict. Our teacher regularly used the cane. It's not stick, it's the cane. CANE. Our teacher regularly used the cane in order to make sure that discipline was maintained at all times.
Mm.
In order to make sure that discipline was maintained at all times. Got it? So far, are we clear? Okay.
Yes, yes.
Then what you can say is, I asked you what is your opinion. Do you agree with the modern method of teaching as opposed to the times, as opposed to our times, as opposed to our times.
Mm,
So then what you can say is, I believe in the policy,
mm,
spare the rod and spoil the child. I will repeat it. It's a proverb. Spare.
mm,
SPARE space the space
mm,
rod. ROD space and space spoil. SPOIL the
mm.
child. So I'll repeat it for you. Spare the rod and spoil the child. Have you heard this before, Kusum?
No, no, I haven't heard before.
So, spare the rod. Okay, let us try to understand the meaning of this proverb. Spare the rod means if you don't use
Mm,
the stick or the cane. If you don't use the cane, you will spoil your child. That
mm,
means you're saying, you do what you like, it's okay. You do any mischief, it's okay. It's perfectly all right. Do
mm,
whatever you want, it's okay.
mm,
But that is not what you want. Then your child will grow up to be a terrible citizen or a terrible person.
mm,
Correct? So instead of that, whenever necessary, in your opinion, you should use corporal punishment.
mm,
CORPORAL.
mm,
I'll repeat. Corporal. CORPORAL. Punishment. Punishment already you know spelling.
mm, mm,
Corporal punishment is where you hit
mm,
the child in order to discipline the child. Now,
Mm.
some people, like for instance, in the Western culture, corporal punishment I don't think is allowed. I think now children they have the right to call the police if the parents they hit them or spank them and all of that. I think so. So corporal punishment is not allowed.
Mm.
Corporal punishment is not allowed. But corporal punishment is very common here in India. In our culture, we do the corporal punishment because we believe, like you say, that discipline is happening because of corporal punishment. But sometimes, what happens is, Kusum, some children they are often, like you said, some parents they discipline them so much, with the belt or with the cooking that
Very.
spatula. Yeah, so that is not correct, no, Kusum?
Yes, that's not correct. Yeah.
Yeah. So in my opinion, I think if you discipline children too much also, and if you're too strict also, children will grow up to be not very good citizens. Correct?
No, ma'am, nothing like that.
Really?
We were grown up in a good way because we had always fear. If I do any mistake, my teacher will scold me, spank me.
Okay. So yeah, in that sense, when you say it is correct, I suppose, yeah. But
Mm.
sometimes I think that maybe if we are putting too much pressure or too much discipline on our children, that is also like a suffocation, no?
Mm, yeah, it could be, but we have to listen our children what they want to say, and we should answer them logically, right? If we make them understand logically, then they will not going to do that again. They
Ah,
they
okay.
will not going to
That
that
makes
again.
sense. Yeah, yeah. If you sit down with them and say, you know what, son, see, today, like this,
Yeah.
in your son's case, supposing something like this happens, if you sit down with him and you tell him, you know what, it is not your job to discipline that boy. It is that
Yeah.
school's job. So in
Yes,
future, if you have any such problems, you go to the teacher and you tell the teacher, listen, I'm sorry, but this boy, he's constantly keeping on irritating me. Please do something about it, madam. And if the teacher does not do anything, then you report it to the principal, the next level, that is the headmistress or the headmaster, whoever it is. So then it is okay. Yeah.